We did it. Okay. Hello, my name is Ann Tenold. I work for the Buchanan Center for the Arts, and I'm here today talking to Bill Dutton for the Warren County History Museum's Oral History Project. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good,
The
good.
weather's good.
Oh, the weather is
Everything's
perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's start by talking about what name did your parents give you?
My name is William Dean Dutton.
Oh, this one's yours.
Yeah.
Thank you. And where were you born?
I was born in Aledo, Illinois. That's Mercer County, and I was born out in the country.
So were you born at home?
I was born at home, yeah.
Do you have any stories about how you were born?
I've had people tell about it.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't have too many memories about it.
I don't remember that event. but yeah, I was born at home. There were 9 of us kids, and I was the last one born at home.
Okay.
I'm right in the middle of 9 people. So
okay.
So that
So she had 4 at home before you?
Yes, and then had me.
Okay.
And then the rest of them, the other 4 were born in a hospital.
In Aledo?
One was in Aledo, one was Rock Island, and the other 2 was in Monmouth.
Oh, okay. All right. How did your family get to Aledo?
They during the Depression, my dad needed a job, and I think that if there was a job available anywhere, people would typically go just to be able to work. And my dad has always been a farmer.
Okay.
And he connected with a farmer up there in Aledo, and he was a hired man for that farmer, and he was a hired hand for maybe 10 years, and then he went farming on his own.
How did he find the land that he wound up farming?
That I really am not sure.
Because he wound up from Aledo to Kirkwood?
Mercer County to Warren County.
To Warren County.
1946.
Okay. That's when he bought his land?
He never bought any land.
Okay.
He owned just east of Kirkwood, about 3 miles. And we lived there until he retired in 1968, I think is when he retired. So.
And how old were you when you moved to Kirkwood?
I was maybe 5.
Okay. Do you have any memories of?
My memories are very vivid.
Of the move?
Of the move.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I would have been 6 years old, and I can remember moving in that property, how big it was, and how scary too. Now, because it was a change for all of us, but it was particularly for kids. But yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Do you remember anything about how you found out you were going to move, or they drove you? Did they drive to the house?
My dad, he didn't own much, so there wasn't much to be bought.
Okay.
So everything that we moved from Mercer County to Warren County was minimal, because everything that he farmed, he bought when he lived there, when he moved in Warren County.
Except for you moved 9 kids and 2 parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have pets that moved with you?
Yeah, we probably had dogs.
Yeah.
We've always had a dog.
Yeah.
Or 2. We always had a spare. We always had a primary dog, and then we had just a backup in case the.
Were they pets or were they working dogs?
No, they were just pets.
They were pets.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did your dad farm?
Pardon me?
What did your dad farm?
He farmed. It was just a family farm.
Okay.
They had livestock. The typical family farm back then. It was dairy, or milk, butter, cheese, milk cheese, cottage cheese. They had beef for butchering,
Were those two different kinds of cows, and you didn't butcher the?
We never,
Never butcher the dairy cow.
no, because
Cows.
you needed. And then we had hogs, chickens. Our family was a subsistence family. If the whole world would fall apart,
You wouldn't even know it.
we would not know it.
Yeah. Oh, cow. I can't imagine.
Yeah, we had primarily corn and oats, and, some soybeans and hay. They produced, Dad produced what he could use. Anything excess, that became money.
Okay. So would he take it somewhere to sell it, or did people come to the farm to buy it?
Usually they would, like hogs, they would come and truck it to Monmouth, and that was a big place to take livestock.
Okay, so they were animals going into Monmouth,
Yeah.
and then they were processed in
Yeah.
Monmouth.
And produce like corn and soybeans. What we didn't feed through animals, it went to Kirkwood in an elevator, and they would buy it. So.
And then how did you get it there? Did you have big trucks?
Wagons.
Wagons.
Not very big.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, basically by wagons, behind a tractor.
So did all of the kids work the farm as you were growing up? No.
When we moved to Mercer County to Kirkwood, the three oldest were already out of the house.
Oh.
And they.
Gee whiz. So your oldest siblings are quite a bit older than you then.
I apologize. Peggy, my sister Peggy,
yes,
was the youngest of the first four.
Okay.
And she was 8 years older than me. So she and the three other siblings were out of the house.
Wow.
And me and the other four, we grew up in Kirkwood.
Okay. So by the time your parents were farming the farm in Kirkwood, there were 5 kids living there.
Yeah.
Okay. And did the 5 of you all work on the farm?
Of course, the oldest, like me, will tell you that I worked more than they did. I didn't have time to do anything because I had to do chores. But yeah, we all participated in the farm, except for Mary, and she's a girl. She doesn't, she was the youngest, and basically, well, she worked with Mom in the house.
Okay. And so did your mother use the milk for butter, and did she make her, and she made her own cottage cheese?
Yep.
Did she really?
And at that time, it seemed like that was an awful thing to have to eat. But today, as an adult,
it's all for big bucks today.
It's good stuff.
Yeah,
it really is. And healthy too. So,
do you remember how old you are when you first go to school?
Yeah.
And can you talk to me a little bit about what your school's name was and what your memories are of that?
I've got vivid memories of
how old were you when you first started?
I think I might have been, I don't think legal is the right term, but legitimately we would go to school at about 6 or 7.
Okay.
We didn't have kindergarten, we didn't have preschool. It was just when you went to school, you were first grade. And I think I was 7,
okay.
6 or 7. And
what was the name of the school?
Coonville.
Coonville? Its name.
That, I think.
Probably folklore at this point, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it was a much, I think the school came about back when there were timbers and trees and wildlife. And I think one of the wildlife problems was raccoons.
Yeah.
So that's where Coonville came from, I think.
Do you know how long the school was there before you started going?
Oh, it was built in the 1800s.
Okay.
And the original Coonville was rebuilt probably in 1920.
Oh, okay.
And that's the school I went.
Okay.
And it was I guess they called it a boxcar um,
Who would have
school.
built it?
I think it was done. It was a most of the schools, rural schools, were created by either at the federal level or at the state. There were plans,
Okay.
and they got a carpenter or a group of carpenters, and they would build using those plans. They all look alike. In other words, the school is gone now, but if you look at Kirkwood, there's a miniature version of a rural school.
Okay.
They all look just like that.
And where did the materials come from? Were they local?
Well, back then there were lots of trees. There
Yeah.
were timbers.
Yeah.
And there were sawmills.
Okay.
So it wasn't hard to get a hold of material.
So they're wooden
Even
schoolhouses.
shale for the shingles.
Oh, all came out of the ground?
It came all the ground, yeah.
So local people built the school.
Oh yeah, always, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And this is probably getting ahead of whatever your story becomes. The the sites that all the schools in Illinois, at least, were designed probably by the government, federal government, but every kid in the country didn't have to walk more than 3 miles to go to school.
That's how they decided where the schools
That's
were.
how they, and
So they're based on population even then.
not even population, but location.
Okay.
You know, that
Was there a minimum? I wonder if there's a minimum number of children that have to be in the area before they get to school.
I think by the nature process,
Yeah.
limits that.
Okay.
You know, that Coonville had when I was in it, the maximum was maybe a dozen kids, and at a minimum maybe 8.
Okay. And are those everybody's a first grader?
Everybody was in the building, grades 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all together.
All together.
One teacher.
So when you first walk up to the school, what does it look like? Is it a dirt road and an open door?
Actually, it was a gravel road.
There's gravel. Okay.
By then, maybe years ago, it may have been just a less gravel, but it was a typical gravel road.
Okay.
And
what time did school start?
8 o'clock.
8. Okay.
Yep.
So all the kids from all the grades, which maybe it doesn't a whole 12,
You just swarm.
will just walk in. And then when you walk through the door, is the teacher up in front with the desk, and then do you have assigned desks in there?
Typically, when you open the door, front door, on the left there is a basin and a sink.
Oh, inside the okay.
But it was just a basin. The water came from a well just outside of the building.
Okay.
It was a well with a handle on it, and that's where you got your water. But there was where you would wash, and that's on the left. When you go on the right, there was cubbies and hooks where you could put your clothes on it, hats, gloves.
Did you have an assigned hook and an assigned cubby?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was pretty practical because the older kids got it closer. You know, they got what they had to have, they wanted to have. When you hang everything to go to school, you open another door, and you're right in the room.
The school room.
The one room.
For all the grades.
Yeah. And the desks would have been variable from 8th grade kids smaller to.
So the size of the desks were different?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were on skids, like sleds. You know, they didn't, you slide in, you had a board that you lift and put your school material in.
Okay.
And you close it. It's kind of angled. You could use that place to
So what kind of materials did you have for school then? Were there notebooks and,
We had to furnish, took it with us,
okay.
Notebooks.
Did they have textbooks?
There were actually minimal textbooks.
Yeah.
And what we called, what I thought was a library, maybe had 24 books. We didn't have a library.
Is that inside the school?
Inside, yeah.
The 24 books?
Yeah.
So did she use those to teach with? Were they fiction books?
And
or
the teacher, on the teacher's desk, she had
she has the books.
the books. They didn't have science. They had English.
Okay.
They had civics.
Really?
They had math and social. It was world history. It was pretty sparse.
Did she change subjects or did she change grades? Like I'm trying to figure out how she would have taught such a broad age group.
Let's use math as an example.
Okay.
When the on the chalkboard there was her schedule. This was going to happen first, second, third, and fourth.
That's the day's
recess.
The day's schedule.
That was your day schedule.
Okay.
And she would adhere to it. And math, she would start with the lower kids. The older kids would do math, but they would be doing their assignment from the day before.
Okay.
Preparing for that day. And so then she would move to second. If there was one, there may not be a second grade student, but she would move all the way up. And in the meantime, while you're not being taught, you sat at your desk and you did what your assignment was. Or and I think a lot of kids did too, listen to what the older kids were doing too. So if I was a first grader and third grade was getting math, I would hear what they're learning, and I would sort of.
Did you understand any of it?
That was I think that was one of the positives of small schools.
Yeah. Because
you can listen to what other kids are doing.
It's almost like you're getting advanced education.
It's exactly that.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah. Yep. I did that. I've learned more there than I've ever learned since.
Because you had access to the higher grades?
Because I had the privilege of being able to do that. Now, that, I'm at that, as a first grader and second, third, you're malleable. You're a sponge. And most kids are, and everybody did the same thing. They benefited from. And then if you get trouble with your math assignment, the older kids would come and help.
They would get out of their desks and come over to your desk?
Yep.
So did you know all the kids before you went to school, or did you make friends at school?
A small community like we were in, everybody knew everybody else
before you even went to school. The
families, a lot of them were related too.
Oh.
The Duttons, there were several of us, and the Taylors was another family, but we were related.
From the Kirkwood area?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you knew everybody before you went to school.
Okay.
Now, as a first grade, going to first grade, I was new to having just come from Aledo.
Right.
I didn't know anybody then, but you learned them who they are.
Right.
Recess, lunch.
Now at recess, did you play games?
Not really.
What did you do out there? Is it the same as it was in the 70s when I went to school? Where the bell would ring and you go outside for a little bit?
The bell would let you go outside for recess.
Okay.
But you're liable to do most anything. There was no no, two or three.
Jungle gyms and all that
No,
stuff
no,
to climb on. And
no, the there weren't two or three people, adults watching it. There was only one.
and it's the teacher.
And that was the time to go to the bathroom too.
It's true, because you wouldn't have a bathroom in the school.
There was one there for the men or the boys.
Yeah.
And the one opposite side of that.
Well, so they had gender bathrooms even then.
Oh yeah. And don't switch. That was a no. But yeah, the outside of the school, as I've already mentioned, there was a well and a handle and a tin cup, and it was kind of a commune drinking.
Oh, what? The cup wasn't yours?
No.
It went with the well.
Yeah, it was. Now that would make you sick, but no.
No. Well, it's just like when I was growing up, we drank out of the hoses. So yours was just the precursor to the hose water.
That's exactly right. There was another room, small building that had they accumulate corn cobs.
Oh.
That became to start the stove.
Oh, they're fire starters.
Yeah, fire starters.
Okay.
And then there was a coal.
So were there ever snow days where you just couldn't get to school?
If back then, I can't remember any day that was so cold not to go.
Because you walked to school, right?
And my dad and our neighbors come and get us.
So there's a carpool even.
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
It was. Wasn't exactly formal, but it did happen.
Did you remember the name of your teacher?
Oh yeah.
Did you have just one?
I had three.
So in the time you were 5 to 8th grade, there were 3 different teachers?
I was only there until the 5th grade because, well, that's another story. Mrs. White was the first one. And then Mrs. Clark was the second one. And then Mrs. Burgess was my 5th grade teacher. And they were just Mrs. Clark was wonderful.
She was your favorite of the 3?
Yeah, it turns out she was. She has a lot to do with me doing what I've done.
As a career, you mean?
Well, yeah, she believed in me.
And as a learner.
As a learner,
yeah.
I had some potential that she knew that I didn't know. And I appreciate what she did. But she could only have known that there's only a few of us, But
yeah,
Sally Clark was her name. And I think she went on from when I became in the 5th grade, Kirkwood, well, those rural schools became so inefficient that they got rid of the one-room schools, and we were bused to Kirkwood.
And that was a bigger school with multiple.
Much bigger, yeah.
That must have been kind of scary in 5th grade.
It was very, very scary.
Yeah. Now, did everybody from Coonville go to Kirkwood? Yeah. So you at least had
that's exactly not true.
Oh.
When they eliminated, when they consolidated, some of the kids that were going to Coonville were across the wrong line of the established. Taylors were one of them, but they had to go to another school.
Huh.
Everybody else went to Kirkwood.
Wonder how those decisions were made.
Again, that was done at the state level, yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't done locally, I don't think.
How long did it take you to get used to going from a one-room schoolhouse to the Kirkwood Elementary School?
I don't think I ever did.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I long for those days, but we adapt.
Yeah.
And we make do with what we can. But I would say learning friends is difficult for kids anyway. And it took a year probably
Wow.
to get acclimated, but I did.
So did you graduate from Kirkwood?
I did.
Okay.
1959.
And then what did you do?
I went to reluctantly. I went to college.
And why reluctantly?
I just didn't want to do anything.
Who influenced you to go to college?
I think my dad
Yeah.
prodded me to get off.
So he saw potential in you also. You talked about Mrs. Clark seeing it, but your dad must have.
My dad did say that if he died tomorrow, he said the only work that he wanted me to go to school.
Really?
Go to college, yeah.
So had your siblings that are older than you gone?
No.
Really?
No, I was the only one. Before and after, so I don't.
So you were the shining star academically. If your dad, who's a farmer and didn't go to college, picked you to be the one that he wanted to make sure went, that's quite something.
Well, I guess it is, but it's because I had the tendency to not do anything. And he wanted me to get up off the ground, get up off the chair, do something.
I just want to make sure you can care for yourself as a grown up.
That's right, yeah.
So where did you wind up going?
I went to Western Illinois University.
In Macomb.
Yeah, in Macomb.
So did you live there while you went to school there?
Actually, I went to school, stayed there during the week, and then came home at Friday night, and I farmed with my dad. Till Sunday night, went back. And that was the routine for 4 years.
Now, did any of your other siblings farm with him also?
No.
No. You must have had a really close relationship with your dad.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you do when you graduated from college, and what did you graduate in?
I had it's logical. My background, my diploma was with animal science.
Oh.
My plan was to become a veterinarian.
Mm-hmm. And why a veterinarian? Did you have experience with one when you were growing up?
I just thought
it'd be fun to play with animals.
I think so, yeah. Because we always had animals,
right?
But I did. That was my degree and bachelor's degree.
Animal science.
Animal science. I wanted to be a veterinarian, and then when I graduated, again I floundered, not really knowing what I wanted to do. So I went into the Army for a while
instead of going to veterinary school.
Yeah, and then when I came out of the Army, still wanted to be a veterinarian.
Okay.
So I was accepted into Ohio State, and then I decided I wanted to become an educator, and so that's what I became.
So did you go back to school to be an educator?
I had to, yeah.
Yeah. And where did you go?
A number of different places.
Yeah.
I went to University of Illinois, University of Iowa, University of Wisconsin.
Just travel the Big Ten circuit?
Yeah, just floundering again. But I did teach. Yeah.
Oh. And what did you wind up teaching then? What was your
science?
Subject? Science.
Yeah, science, biology mainly, and some math and some physics, a little bit of chemistry.
Do you remember why you pivoted from veterinary school to education?
It had a lot to do with going to Vietnam.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I felt obligated to do something on what happened in Vietnam. I didn't like what we did to the people, particularly the little kids, the young people. So I guess by default, that's what I did because I thought it was the right thing to do.
So when you finally finished your education degree, where were you? Was that Illinois, Iowa, Wisconsin?
Actually, after I got out of the Army, Illinois didn't have a requirement that you had to have a certification in education.
Yeah.
So I taught while I was getting my certificate. So I taught at Yorkwood for I think 7.5 years. But during that process, I got my degree in education and taught there 7.5 years. And then I decided to go to get a master's degree and then advanced degrees. So.
And when you went to get your master's, were you married yet?
Yes.
You were?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I first started teaching, Diane and I got married. I had 2 boys.
And where did you meet her?
Actually, right here in Oquaka.
Yeah.
She was born and reared in Kirkwood, Oquaka. I was born, reared, raised in Kirkwood. So.
Did you know her before? So you met her after you came back from Vietnam?
Yep.
And you came back here because your family was here?
Yeah.
I mean, as opposed to starting some, East Coast.
Because this was my roots from the very beginning. That's where I came back. And once, after I was at Yorkwood for 7 years, it was obvious if I wanted to stay at education and get advanced, you've got to have degrees. So I did.
And was that in science as well?
Education.
So you got a master's in education?
Yep.
Okay. And then where did you do that? Iowa?
University, at University of Illinois.
Oh, okay.
And the University of Wisconsin.
Okay.
And the University of Iowa.
Okay.
Because I got pieces of degrees from all 3 of those places.
And when you finished that, you went right back to Kirkwood?
No, by then I moved. We were out of Kirkwood.
Okay.
And my next official teaching job was at the University of Illinois at the lab school.
What town is that?
Urban.
Oh, it's okay. So
Urban.
you were down in Champaign, Urbana.
Yeah. So we had been uprooted then. And then I wanted to become a administrator eventually. So I got my degree from the University of Illinois and then went to the University of Iowa to finish that. And I became an administrator at the University of District
in Iowa
City Community District. And
And did you retire from Iowa?
I did. Yeah.
How did you find your way back to here?
Well, you may find this to be true too. You will find your way back home.
Yeah.
To where you were from.
Yeah.
And I did. That's what we did.
It's weird. It's like almost like a homing device that's inside you. Yeah.
You have a sense to do that. And what prompted that initially, we had a nice house in Iowa City.
Mm-hmm.
And when we bought the house, it was out in the country. And then after about 10 years, I looked on one side, there was a house, another one there, and one over there, and one behind me. I thought, I don't want to do that. So we built this house as a place to go on the summer, on the weekends.
Okay.
I liked it so much.
Yeah.
We moved.
Yeah.
And I commuted back here to Iowa City for 10 years.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
wow. Okay. So how many of your siblings were your folks still around when you moved back?
When I got out of the military, my
parents
mom and dad were both alive.
Okay.
And when I left Yorkwood, my parents were still alive. Dad died at 75, so he died before I left Illinois and went to Iowa.
Okay.
But mom lived old, so pretty old. Yeah, she died in 2006, and by that time we were settled, and I was in it.
And your mother, she wrote a book. Is that right?
She on her 90th birthday, upcoming 90th birthday, I said, why don't you write, jot some memories down, and we'll share this.
Just with a pen and paper.
Yeah.
What year would this been?
1999.
And where was she living? Was she in Monmouth?
She was the high tower in the high, what do they call it?
Oh, High Point? No.
No, not High Point. What am I trying to say?
What town is it?
Well, it's in Monmouth.
Oh, okay.
There's Costello is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, the ones by Pizza Hut in Monmouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She lived there for, I think, 8 years.
Terrace, I think. Costello Terrace?
Yep.
Yeah. So when she was there, you encouraged her to write down some memories?
Yep. And she said, oh, I can't do that. I wouldn't know how to. That was in October. And her birthday was going to be in the upcoming April.
Okay.
I knew, or we knew, there was going to be a party for her. And I talked about that through the winter, and then when spring broke, February, March, she came out with a wad of pages that she had written, all her memories.
Wow.
It's probably gold. It's a wonderful thing.
Now, did anyone transcribe them? Are they available
And
electronically?
I transcribed it. I didn't transcribe. I typed it.
Yeah.
Using her language.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And all of her language is still in it, but it's amazing.
I think the Warren County History Museum would probably love to see snippets of that.
You have access to it.
Do I?
Yeah, you do.
I would love to have access to it.
Now,
have you ever thought about doing the same thing? Do you write?
In fact, this last Christmas, my grandsons, my grandkids, Sam and Logan, gave me a gift. It's an app called Storyworth. And each week of every month, they give me a question.
Oh, like a life question.
It is. Yeah. It's a memoir. That's what it is. And I'm in the midst of that. I'm in the 26th week of this year, and in December at the end, they're going to give me a book that has all these memories on it with pictures. And so,
what's it like to be prompted to think of a memory? Is it comforting? Is it?
Some things make me feel uncomfortable.
Do they?
But I respect
anybody's review of their.
For example, this week is have you ever took drugs?
Oh.
Now that is a probing question for a lot of people, but I didn't. So
it'd be easy for you, but
yeah, I know it's hard for me to do.
Yeah.
But it is every parent ought to have that opportunity to do what I'm doing with that app.
I did something similar with my dad for Christmas.
Did you really?
This was 20 years ago, so his was a book form. But his handwriting was so terrible, he wound up answering the questions on his computer.
Okay.
So it's not an app that will feather in all of your answers into one thing, but he kept an ongoing. I think he got up to about 100 pages of talking about his life. And
now that he's gone,
yeah, I haven't read it.
It's gold. Oh, you haven't?
Mm-mm.
It's gold.
It's too early for me to read it.
It's gold.
Will, though. I know it.
Yeah.
His mother, my grandmother, lived to be 96, I think, and so I would get to hear a lot of stories of him growing up through my grandmother, because I would go and do quilt retreats with her. So I'm super interested to see if her stories about my dad match what my dad's recollections are about his childhood from a, the different perspectives on how things were.
That's interesting.
Will be interesting.
Point of view.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Between a parent and a child.
How long will it be before you're going to be able to do that?
I don't know. Maybe next year. Yeah.
You need some time.
Well, I think it's going to be really special, and reading it for the first time will only happen once.
Yeah.
And so I just want to be in a good frame of mind and give it the amount of time it deserves.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I'm
glad you're doing that too.
Yep. It's a great gift. People are reluctant to write because their writing is not perfect.
Oh,
that
doesn't matter.
But my mom's her memoirs are wonderful, and they're hard to to try to figure out what she was saying. But this app that I have has proofreading, so it can make you look better than what you actually are. You know what I mean?
There's some very polished memory.
Yeah. But you know what? That's how you get your story out.
Right. Yeah. And that's how people learn what life was like at a certain time period.
Yeah.
Because certainly in my life and your life, there weren't video cameras of us being small. I mean, if you did anything, it was only witnessed by other people, whether it be a talent show or, or cleaning your room. It wasn't, nowadays people post stuff online about almost everything.
Yeah, everything.
And our lives happened and there wasn't a single documentation about it except for what we remember.
This is one way to capture it.
Yeah. Well, I'm really grateful to you talking with me today. Thank you very much for having us, Warren History. And we may be back to do another one if we pick another topic. Thanks very much.
Thank you.